lesson of the unit. We're going to do the mean, the standard deviation, and the variance of binomial distributions. I will say this is much easier than it sounds. Okay, this is not a difficult topic. So how do we find the mean, the standard deviation, and variance of binomial distributions? Now, if you remember at the beginning of the unit, in lesson 3.2, we found the mean, the standard deviation, and the variance of any probability distribution. So this is specifically for binomial distributions, and they're not really nice formulas. So let's see what it looks like. Maybe? No, there we go. All right, so here's our formulas. So the mean for binomial distribution is simply the n value times p. That's it. Okay? The variance is n times p times q. And the standard deviation is the square root of n times p times q. So really, really basic formulas. You don't have to memorize them, but you do have to be able to use them. So let's look at an example. We're going to start with just finding the mean. So we're not going to find the variance, or are we going to find all three? Yeah, we're going to find all three. Sorry, wrong lesson. Okay, so if I have an n value of 100 and a p of 75, how do I find the mean, standard deviation, and the variance? So the mean is n times p, 100 times 0.75, which gives me 75. So my mean for this binomial distribution is 75. My variance is 100 times 0.75 times 0.25. Remember that q is 1 minus p, okay, and that gives me 18.8. And my standard deviation is the square root of 18.8, which is 4.3. All right, so here's yours. Of course, it's a little harder, right? So a coin will be tossed 4 times. Find the mean, variance, and standard deviation of the number of heads that will be obtained. So you need to actually find the distribution, not too hard, right? So my n is how many times I'm tossing the coin. My p is the probability of success, and my q is the probability of failure. So you should be able to figure that out. Okay, and here are your answers. Okay. So example 2. It has been reported that 83% of federal government employees use email. If a sample of 200 federal government employees are selected, find the mean, variance, and standard deviation of the number who use emails. Okay, so 200 is my n value, 83% is my p, or 0.83, they're the same thing. Okay, my q value is 1 minus 0.83, which is 0.17. So, same calculations. Okay, 200 times 0.83 is 166, that's my mean. Okay, 200 times 0.83 times 0.17 is 28.2. Sorry, that was sloppy. That's 28.2. And the standard deviation is the square root of 28.2, which is 5.3. All right, now your turn. So a die is rolled 480 times. Find the mean, variance, and standard deviation of the number of 2s that will be rolled. Okay, remember the probability of rolling any number on a die is 1/6. Okay, there's your answer. And that's it. I'll see you tomorrow.